It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see DJ Moore, excellent in last week's action, going for 146 yards. It's the Panthers and the Ravens, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Autumn has arrived in the Mid-Atlantic region of the U.S., and it is a glorious afternoon at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the Baltimore Ravens. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Ravens in this matchup, and they know that they are in for a fight here.
And anytime you're dealing with the #1 defense in the league, all through your preparation, you know that yards are going to be tough to come by. But working in their favor, they can run the football. One of the top 5 teams in the league in that category. So I expect this one to be a tight, hard-hitting affair, and both teams playing to their strengths.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Taken in at the 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Panthers ready to go here as they take the field on offense, led by a third-round rookie out of Mississippi, Matt Corral.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. On 2nd and 9, Corral. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. The Panthers at 500, sitting at 5-5. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And he'll take this ahead for about 4, 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Corral to Moore there, good for a Carolina first. But give the rookie another one on this opening drive and a first down with it. A nice start, Charles, for the first-year passer. He's come out, made a few plays, nice plays to begin this contest.
He certainly has, and if he finishes off this drive with a touchdown pass, I vote we don't call him rookie anymore. We'll move him right to veteran and continue from there.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And Nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively. They're on first down, holding them to a short gain.
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Tommy Trimble, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And Carolina scores to cap it off. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And we'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Jackson's throw is on target to Duvernay. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. On second down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid plays. You do more than one thing, and I think if you...
Now it's Jackson. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Taking it about the 16. So holding there on the return, and that'll back them up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression, jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
Complete on the quick throw to Moore. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field.
Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. And Corral will throw it. Again, he finds Moore. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes that's a danger of putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
On 2nd and 11 now. Corral. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be down at the 46. Well, they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage. When you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Odafe Owe. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 41. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Going deep downfield for Ross. And it's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Jackson now. Trying to lay one up deep. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speedboat. And he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone. And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Week 11 in the NFL, and the playoff race is starting to take shape. And we got a couple of good divisional matchups coming up in primetime this week. First tonight, the Bengals and Steelers from Heinz Field. And then tomorrow night, you and I on a plane after this one ends, going down to Mexico City in Estadio Azteca for the 49ers and Cardinals. And that is going to be a fascinating game to call and watch. And one of us almost missed it. I'll spare you the long story, but my passport was expired. But thanks to the expedited option, got it in time, and off we go down south. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Back to throw, Corral. And he fires one incomplete.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
On 3rd down, here's Corral. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey, and he'll get it down here to the 43. 40 yards rushing for him now to this point.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On 2nd and very short, Corral. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. Malik Harrison on the tackle. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And this one a 41-yard attempt. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we come upon halftime intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. From there, we head east to check on the Bills at home in Buffalo. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. Deshaun Watson has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting L.A. Rams. Jameis Winston with 3 touchdown passes. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for Carolina. And even though they've got the lead, they're likely going over ways they can improve the running game, as they didn't find a whole lot of success in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Both teams going back through their game plans, making their final halftime adjustments. And for the call of the second half, we go back up to Baltimore and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. This fielded right at the goal line. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half. Still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work, while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. So here are the Panthers set to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. He finds his man, complete. It's Moore. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook that can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Over the middle, complete. That's Moore. And they're going to speed things up here. Now Corral on 3rd and 2. And he'll go right back to Moore, complete again. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 57 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. And they'll run first down with Hubbard. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 4 catches now on this drive alone. They can't stop him. It's another first down.
I can't help but chuckle a little bit because at this point, it can't be a surprise to anyone in the building who's going to get the ball. They just keep feeding him over and over, and he just keeps on delivering.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folding like a lawn chair. On second and goal, Corral. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play. And this brings up a 3rd and goal. Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
They'll go for it on 4th. Here's Corral. Touchdown! Stephon Sullivan from 3 yards out. And the Panthers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. His first career touchdown pass, and you know, it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. Back now in Baltimore. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. On first down, it's Corral. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. On second down and 4, Corral. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. Throwing here, Corral. He rifles complete, caught by Moore. Touchdown, Panthers. DJ Moore, his second touchdown on the season. And the Panthers look like they're about to put an end to their two-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this fourth quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's got his man. And, oh, he coughed it up. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now Corral. That pass complete to Moore. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Again, McCaffrey. And he's going to ball his way in for a Panther score. Christian McCaffrey, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Panthers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Tack on the PAT, and the lead is now 24. Scoring play drive. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded right around the 8. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he will score. Touchdown, Ravens. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And it looks like the Panthers hands team does its job. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 114 yards now for McCaffrey. It's a first down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. McCaffrey on the toss right. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. McCaffrey. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Gonzalez out now to try the Panther field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Taken in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the right number.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Carolina getting set to take the field. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's got the connection to Moore. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a 1st down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
The Panthers down to a knee out of the victory formation. Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
Yeah, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Carolina, they move back over 500 now at 6-5. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville.